All right, guys, let's get this party started. Week 6, baby. Here we go. As you all know, shout out Beer King. We're starting with one of these right into that top lip. I can feel it slowly deteriorating more each and every week. Let's get going, though. MVPs of the week, we got our glorious, glorious king, Drake May, dropping 33 for These Beers Are Talking. We got Patrick Mahomes dropping 31 for Putin Dem. For running backs, we have Bijan Robinson dropping 44.8 for JBC. Fuck you. And Rico Dowdle dropping 36.9 for Mitsubishi Maru. Wide receivers, we got JSN dropping 39.2 for Tom Casale. And Drake London dropping 34.8 for regular nuts. And we got the tight end of the week, Dallas Goddard, dropping 29 for Tom Casale. LVPs, we got QB Matthew Stafford dropping 9.3 for Mitsubishi Marv. We got running back J.K. Dobbins dropping 4.0 for Barry McCockiner. And we got wide receiver Cortland Sutton dropping 2.7 for Putin Dem. And we got Jawan Johnson, tight end, dropping 1.5 for slobbing on my dig. So rude of them, man. Fucking suck. Especially Sutton, 2.7 after going crazy against me. It's one reception against the Jets, too, who are so ass. All right. We're into the trades. We got Pearsall shooters getting Chris Godwin Jr. and Brees Hall off of Tatum's recovery month 4, who got Jalen Waddle and Cam Scatabo. I was actually Team Pearsall's at first, but he's probably just completely fucked. I did the math, and if he did not do this trade, he would have been fine, and he would have pulled off the upset against Mitsubishi Marv. He lost by 34, so that's about like he had like a 40-point swing loss in this trade this week. So hopefully it switches up from there, but not looking good. Next up, you guys all knew this was coming. We got that historic three-way trade, the first in shit stick history, and we want to see more of these. I want to see one from just the point of view, just seeing who gets fucked, who doesn't. You know what? Gladly for the first one. I don't think anyone got fucked. I think it was a very even trade. Everyone benefited. Um, Versus we got Poop getting A Chain, Patrick Mahomes, Quinshawn Judkins, Keon Coleman, and Zach Charbonnet. Tom Casale getting George Pickens, David Montgomery, Bo Nix, and Jacoby Myers. And Uncle Josh getting CMC, Blake Corum, Marvin Mims, and Hollywood Brown. This shit all time. This shit so Drake May. So many assets that have made a huge help to all three squads. Poot, the early loser, just based on the records this week, but overall, Poot actually got the most points out of this. But I'm sure that will change. And Casali flips his squad completely upside down, and all teams benefit. Nicely done from all. Poot had a combined 75 points this week with 4 starting. Casali had a combined 64 points this week from the trade with 4 starting, and Uncle Josh had a combined 44 points with 2 starting. Again, everybody wins. Now we're in the matchup analysis. Everybody's favorite part of the week. We got Tatum's recovery month 4 dropping 156.56, outperforming his projection by 44 and improving to 3-3. We got the Cosbys dropping 110 and underperforming his projection by 20 and falling to 3-3. Tatum's recovery month 4 finds a way to drop 150 again, despite Hampton being on IR. Bam Knight was actually surprisingly able to pick up that slack with a touchdown and 12 points. Tatum's recovery month 4 keeps talking about how his team sucks so bad and is cooked after that neighbor's injury. But the reverse jinx actually is working because he is now top 2 in points in back-to-back weeks and second in total points by 0.8 behind Mitsubishi Marv. The Cosbys could have been better, could have been worse. Time to end the Ninjoku experiment, though. He fucking sucks. Next, we got Mitsubishi Marv dropping 121 and underperforming his projection by 22. And we got Pearsall Shooters dropping 87 and underperforming his projection by 39. The Pearsall Shooters drops to 2-4, while Mitsubishi Marv improves to 4-2. Pearsall's doing the same old stuff after getting fucked this week. Folks might have thought he would have gotten fucked because Mitsubishi Marv popped off, but actually his entire fucking team got injured and he still won. Pearsall Shooters is just that ass. So Rue, man. You're lucky Rue has zero hope at getting better, or else I'd be saying so Pearsall's. Truly an awful historic franchise. I don't think he's made the playoffs since the first year we've been doing this, and it's not looking good for him this season. It's like watching the Jets and the Browns, watching Pearsall's in the Rue. Pearsall's, you know, his only player that cleared 20 cleared it by half a point. Garrett Wilson got injured, and if he didn't do that trade with Tatum's recovery month 4, he would have won, as I mentioned earlier. And again, despite losing after MM's Mitsubishi Marv's entire fucking team got injured. Like, dude, you got to find a way to pull through that, man. His whole entire wide receiver core got injured and combined for like 15 points, and he only dropped 121. I mean, he could have dropped 90 and still beat it. Like, I don't know. Somehow, some way, he is not the least valuable manager. We will be getting to that eventually. But stay tuned to find out why. Next up, we got these beers are talking, dropping 114 and underperforming his projection by 17, improving to 4-2. And we got slobbing on my dig, dropping 105 under or 104, 105 and underperforming his projection by 18 and falling to 2-4. These beers are talking finally puts up a stinker, but Slobbin is even worse this week. Josh Jacobs dropped 32, but guess who dropped 33? Drake fucking May. This shit's so Drake May, man. He's low key looking like the Tom Brady of the New England Patriots. Titans are getting pumped like Bonnie Blue next week. Same way Slobbin got pumped this week. Pretty boring matchup. No one else dropped 20 except McBride. Maybe Jefferson could have helped if he wasn't on bye, but he was forced to the bench. GG's and go Pats. Next up, we got Uncle Josh. Shout out. Scoring 132 and overperforming his projection by 1. And JBC dropping 118 and underperforming his projection by 4. JBC falls to 3-3 after being 3-0, and Uncle Josh improves to 4-2. After week 2, these were the last 2-0 teams. So naturally, this was the first game that everybody looked to in the future and put it on their radar that this might be a barn burner. Luckily for Uncle Josh, JBC turned out to be a fraud and has lost 3 games since his 3-0 start. Uncle Josh with a new look team with CMC and Hollywood combining for 44 after Brown's stellar Sunday night performance to help put Uncle Josh over the edge. It was just too much for glorious Bijan Robinson's 45 points to outshine. It was a waste of 45 points, though, as JBC continues the losing streak and Uncle Josh holds first place in the league throughout the head-to-head tiebreaker loophole. Next up, we got Tom Casale dropping 164 and overperforming his projection by 40 points. And he improves to 2-4. That's how bad he was before. And Putin Dem drops 110 and underperforms his projection by 14 and drops to 3-3. Tom Casale's last 2 trades making all the difference. First, getting JSN's 39 bomb from Pearsall's, then getting Pickens' 35 bomb in the 3-way trade. And also getting tied end of the week Goddard in a trade. I'm officially retiring from Tom Casale hate, and man, was it fun while it lasted. But unfortunately, I just got to be a grown man here with a pair of eyes to see that Tom Casale is on the rise. Y'all better hope Pickens' ass once CD comes back, or else Tom Casale won't just be fighting for your playoff spot. He'll be fighting for the whole damn thing. Pooh, on the other hand, actually maximized his points from the 3-way trade, but he was no match for the rest of Casale's squad. A useless 36 from A-Chain as Pooh is back at 500, and Tom Casale drops the most points in the league this week, and I believe he's 4th or 5th in the league in points at 2-4. Expect that 2-4 record to keep going like this. Last up, or not last up, second to last, we got Regular Nuts dropping 143, overperforming his projection by 13, and the Rue dropping 93 and overperforming his projection by 4. Wow. Regular Nuts improves to 4-2, and the Rue falls to 3-3. It looks like the Rue can only perform his evil devil magic every other week. That or the evil force of the commissioner was just too powerful, and it made the Rue afraid, so he decided to drop the curse as to not raise suspicion. This would make sense because Uncle Josh also beat the Rue, and as the host, maybe he did not want this narrative escaping to the people. But dirty tricks always leave a stain. Alas, the Rue gets bent over backwards anyways this weekend and gets 50-pieced. Wow. fucking finally. I hope this is the start of the downfall of the Rue that I predicted, or else I'm going to look like an idiot. Even though last week I came up with the incredible take that the Rue makes teams drop 90 or 80. At least number one pick Jamar Chase for the Rue dropped 25. Congrats, bro. Your kicker had the second most. Meanwhile, over at the side of the tyrannical leader in this dictatorship, Team Regular Nuts, went brazy despite only 13 from Amon Ra. Baker dropped 24, London dropped 35, and McConkey dropped 26 in a nice blowout win. Funny. Y'all thought that's all I had to say about the Rue? He has still not yet to be top 10 in scoring in any given week. He is 42 points from being second to last, and that's only because Pearsall Shooters is so bad. The next is 62 points from Pearsall Shooters and 104 from the Rue. The Rue is a whole game's worth of points away from 12th place in scoring. If the Rue played every team every week, they would only have a 500 or a 3-3 record against one team. That would be Poot and Dem, surprisingly, and would be 0-6 against These Beers Are Talking, the Cosbys, Uncle Josh, and Tom Casale, and would have a combined record of 13-65. Remember how the Rue said, "Oh, wins and losses only count. You're just being a shitty host. This is fucking analytics right here, Rue. And this shows that you are so awful and somehow, some way, find a way. And I'm giving you your props for it. But you got 3 wins out of your possible 13 wins out of 78 games. That being said, if the curse truly works every other week, then Barry McCockner next week is fucked. Good luck to the Rue and Barry McCockner next week. I hope that is a barn burner, and I hope it's like 70-70. Next up, we got the Zevins dropping 96 and underperforming his projection by 29, improving his record to 4-2. And Barry McCockner dropping 93, underperforming by 27, and falling to 1-5. Brothers fucking brothers in this week's matchup of the week. A 3-point thriller that came down to Monday night. Jaden Daniels needed 18 and he got 21. Enough said. Clutch performance from Jaden Daniels. Only 20 point scores in this matchup were the QBs. I'm still pissed I didn't get more from Daniel Jones, who was a consistent performer. I only got T. Higgins. Fucking T. Higgins, man. Barry McCockner is his own worst enemy at the end of the day. Wandale was projection 2 more than Judy, but Barry McCockner still chose Judy, who is so rude. And Wandale scored 11 more than him. Had he picked Wandale, he would have won. He has dropped to 1-5. And for those 2 reasons, we got our least valuable manager of the week. Get that stomach pumped, Barry McCockner. You got to start preparing for this punishment. Beers and donuts soon. All right, before we get to the second half of this segment, let me shoot a quick text. All right. What the? All right. We'll just ask when it's dropping. We are live. All right. Here he is, Commissioner Nuts.
Hello.
There he is. All right. Before we get into the questions, my glorious commissioner, I'm going to get
Absolutely.
into the second half of this segment. Just a little analytics here. Into the playoffs this week, we have Tatum's recovery month 4, who
Hmm.
has to kick out only one other person, the Cosbys. That was the only 2 switches in the playoff bracket, of course, other than the order. In the top 3, the head-to-head kind of makes it different a little bit than what the points for would have been. But in the top 3, we actually have number 1, Uncle Josh, at number.
Congratulations, Uncle Josh.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We're up five spots in the rankings after being in 6th last week. Zevins is up 3 spots in the rankings, leading his division after being 4th last week. And Maserati Marv stays in third place and second
You
in his
know, the
division.
Beer King
The
himself.
Beer King himself.
Yeah, what can you really say about
What
that?
can you
Like,
say? I mean, he's
yeah,
confident, but he's still not first.
no,
I'll tell you that.
no, I'd
Uh,
say he could take it all this year,
He
you
could.
know.
Yeah, he could. But those three
We'll see.
receivers, those three receivers just all got
Yeah,
injured. Like Buka,
you're right.
Nakua, Harrison, all down last week.
Oh,
Hopefully, at least
Harrison
one
too.
of
Oh,
them.
geez.
Yeah, hopefully, at least one of them comes back. I think
Yeah.
Harrison just had a concussion, so hopefully he's back this week. In 12th place, we got Pearsall Shooters still in 12th. In 13th place, we got Slobbin on my dig and on punishment watch, dropping down from 11th place. He is now in 13th and second to last, and in last, and still in last. We have Barry McCockiner at 14th and 1-5 on punishment watch. The
I
only
still
team at
can't believe
1-5.
it. His team is not that bad.
His team is not
Like,
that bad, but he finds a way to lose.
yeah.
Five teams tied for first at 4-2. Five teams tied for sixth at 3-3, and three teams tied for 11th at 2-4, and only one team, Barry McCockiner, sits at 1-5. All right, let's get into the interview. First, I will before I ask any official specific questions, if the commissioner has any commissioner statements he would like to give to the league.
So let's see. Not too much to say, not too many big events going on in league management. It's the middle of the season. All the punishment has been set. We will be doing the donut, milk, beer mile thing that we discussed before. Everyone has paid all their dues. Um, um, a suggestion, a recommended suggestion is that you all set your lineups, or else there will be penalties. Let's just put it that way. There will be penalties.
What sort of
So make
penalty?
sure you set your um maybe along the lines of, execution, um, something along this, no, nothing too hasty.
What kind of
So
execution were you thinking? Something
maybe
gruesome
firing
or?
squad,
Mhm.
seppuku, something like that. I don't know. Um,
So torture. So everybody's gonna want to set their
I'll
lineups.
put a poll. I'll put a poll in the group chat soon to
All right.
further discuss that. But
Make sure you wake up for 9:30, or else you'll be having to kill yourself. Jalen wants
yes,
that.
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
I might have to kill myself after that. But I took the W, so
you
what can
took
I
the
say?
W that week. All right. Other teams that have been known to not set their lineups was JBC last week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago with Ricky Pearsall.
And
And
then the Rue
the Rue this week, Dalton
this
Kincaid,
week.
0. He just gave
Yeah.
up.
That was last minute, but
Yeah,
he should,
last minute out, but you got to be on top of that.
yeah, exactly.
All right. First question. Do you feel threatened by my sudden claim to power within the hierarchy of this league?
Um, you're definitely rising up the ranks. Honestly, maybe a little bit. I think we can coexist if you're willing to coexist.
I'm willing to
But
coexist.
I really like the direction you're taking the league. You're adding a new aspect to it. Everyone's getting more involved, and I like it. I like to see it.
All right. I'm just glad that I don't have to fear for my life.
Yeah, no, you're good.
How do you feel about the voting system? Does your tyrant heart ever just want to do whatever you want?
Um, sometimes, but I tried. The polls, they don't always work. Not everyone votes, and when they do, not everyone's happy. And like what we had recently with the Prot or with Putin them wanting to make it so that the waiver order is first come first serve rather than based on like worst team to best team, which
Mhm.
I personally disagree with. You know,
Mhm.
that would cause a lot of chaos on this league and it would keep a lot of the low teams down at the bottom. Not everyone is going to wake up at 3 a.m. to make their waiver picks.
Mhm.
So personally, I just that's just an example where I just had to just shut it down immediately. I don't think it was even worth taking the vote.
Okay. I agree with that. One last, well, I have a couple more questions, but did you cast a spell on the Rue this week? Did you deflect his spell, or both, or neither?
Let's see here. Well, I recognized earlier in the week when, Amon-Ra he had been like a hex had been cast upon him. Some sort of draconic hex had been cast upon him as he scored like one of his lowest point totals of the season. So I called my local wizard and had him cast a protection spell on Drake London and Zach Ertz this week, and it paid off very well. They both like scored their highest point
Mhm.
totals of the season. So I'd say that yes, the rumors are true. I did cast a protection spell on my team
Okay.
this past Monday.
And since I'm assuming that this wizard is a friendly wizard because it was a protection spell, I'm just wondering if there's a name that you can refer us to, or if it has to be kept secret.
It has to be kept a secret, unfortunately. I don't want to be giving away my ace in the hole
Is
this
this a
season.
commissioner power of yours, or is this a personal friend?
This is just a personal friend, nothing to do with being commissioner.
Mhm.
Um, maybe I'd be willing to share a few secrets later down the line, but I just want to secure my spot at the top in the meantime.
Okay. Who is the most fraudulent 4-2 team?
I gotta say me, honestly. Maybe Zach, but I feel like I have the lowest points scored of the 4-2 teams,
Mhm.
and I feel like my team's pretty good, but how we got to being 4-2, not exactly is something I'm like excited about. A lot of my wins were very close. I somehow won for getting to start Jalen Warren. I got really lucky last week with Travis Etienne scoring his lowest point total of the season.
Mhm.
So, but I have high hopes for my team. I don't think we're going to be the fraudulent team going forward,
Mhm.
but as it stands now, I can't say I'm proud of how we got here.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. Great, honest answer from an honest leader.
yeah,
Um,
honest commissioner.
what 2-4/1-5 team do you expect to turn it around?
Yeah. Is this even a question? Tom Casale. He
That's what
scored
I'm
more
saying. The
points than
Tom
me.
Casale glaze is it was long overdue, man. Finally, he's getting
Okay,
glazed.
Tom Casale, I have to say it.
I was
He
glazing him
is more
earlier. Don't
he
worry.
scored more points than me this week. I
Scored more
mean,
points than
not
everyone.
and so yeah, than me, he scored more points than me like overall. And I'm 4-2 and he's like 2-4.
Hmm.
He's definitely not running that back that last place. I'll tell you that much.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely Tom Casale hands down.
Hmm.
No one else comes close.
I didn't write this down, but do you expect Barry McCockner to finish 1-5? And if you don't, or finish in last as he sits at 1-5 right now, and if you don't, who do you expect to finish last?
I don't think it's going to be Barry McCockner. I think he's a very solid team. The injuries and just like his team taking a bit longer to
Hmm.
get the ball rolling has led to an unfortunate start. I really like his team, honestly. Like Jahmyr Gibbs, I had Jahmyr Gibbs last year in my championship team. So, and Joe Burrow too. I'm really sad to see them on such a team that's doing so poorly.
Hmm.
But I don't think he's going to finish last. I think there's a couple more obvious answers to who's going to finish last.
Would you like to get into those obvious answers?
Let's see. So first of all, I'm gonna have to go with the Rue, honestly.
Guru.
Great matchup within this week. Very
Honestly or obviously? Say it with
great
your
matchup.
No, you said honestly the Rue. Is it honestly or
The run. It is
obviously?
honestly on. I have to be honest. It's obviously the Rue. His team has just gotten pretty lucky due to his Confucius te incantations that he's been casting on everyone in the league. You just can't deny it. Um, there's something fishy going on with this team. I was able to scrape by thanks to my defensive spells from my wizard
Mhm.
pal. But yeah, I just don't think he's going to be able to keep that up. His team is just too bad.
Mhm.
I
I
just can't
mean,
lie.
spells cost a lot of money, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, if the
Yeah,
league's bank account's deep, maybe he can keep it up. But I mean, he's gonna be running short soon. Um,
yeah.
who is your favorite player in your team?
Do I even need to say his name? Amon Ra St. Brown.
Mr.
My
Amon Ra.
goat.
Mr. Amon
Amon
Ra.
Ra.
Every year,
Every year he's been on my team. I picked him up as a free agent season one, and I have not looked back since. He has not left my team for even a second in that since that
ever
time.
traded, drafted every year. Maybe you traded for him one year and we're forgetting about it, but he has always found a way.
It
Um,
hasn't happened. Drafted him every since year two.
drafted him
I've
and kept
drafted
him.
him every year.
Yeah.
Kept him once,
Hmm.
but I've somehow managed to draft him since
Hmm.
then. I'll be honest. I was faltering the beginning of the season. I almost took Neighbors, but then I
Really? Well, thank
realized,
God you didn't.
thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't. Had to go with my gut with
Mhm.
Amon Ra.
Name who you think finishes top two and bottom two and why. And the meeting says 8 minutes remaining, so just make sure you're
Yeah,
explaining
yeah,
too long.
yeah. I'll be quick and concise. Top two. I'm gonna have to go with you know. if I'm not saying myself, I'll have to give
You
a
can say
more.
yourself. You can put yourself
I
in the
want to
top
say
10.
myself,
End
but
of the
I'm gonna
season.
be
You can say
end of
yourself if you want.
season. I see I see me and you at the top. I'll be
All
honest.
right. Perfect. I love to
Some
hear
other
that.
names you could throw up there. Maybe if well, how bad are the injuries for the
Um,
Beer King?
well,
That's the thing.
Puka was seen back on the field, so I'm assuming he'll be out 1 week. Harrison's just a concussion. And
Yeah.
Puka, I'm not too sure about. Hopefully it's not too long because he's
Ibuka,
an
I hope
exciting watch.
Ibuka comes back. I have
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, MVP on
Mhm.
my team. Um,
Eh.
Number six. Have you seen that 6'7" image for Baker Mayfield and Buggy Irving? But
Drake
yeah, no.
May's MVP, but whatever.
Yeah, Drake May,
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
bottom two
Bottom two,
at the end of the season.
Threw and pure Saul shooters, like unfortunately.
It's got to be. That's exactly
Yeah,
what I would say
Pierce,
for
I
the
liked
bottom
his
two.
team, but he made that abysmal trade and
That's exactly what I would say
but
for the bottom two. For top two, I mean, I'd give it to any of the 4-2 teams besides Zevins, um,
yeah.
and possibly Poop,
Honestly,
and possibly Tom Casale.
underrated team is these beers are talking.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
because
Drake May,
he's team hit
Drake
or miss,
May.
but his team's been hitting, and I love the youngness on his
Yeah,
team.
I love to see his team succeeding. His team hasn't been the best in the past few years.
Yeah,
Last season, I think he made the playoffs for the first
squeaked
time, but
in,
other than
lost
that,
first round.
sweeped in, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's an achievement for his team, and seems like he's trending in the right direction. So
One final question before we get into the shots. Two final questions. Oh shit, we got to be quick. Do you feel
yeah,
any sympathy when you beat your brothers or when your brothers lose?
not at all. It's part of the game. Can't get caught up in the emotions.
All right. And last
You know.
question. I love regular nuts, but will we see a rebrand anytime soon?
Um, I've been thinking about it. Maybe not a complete rebrand.
Keep the nuts.
Maybe I'll go back to large. Maybe I'll go to below average nuts.
Yeah.
We'll
Something
think
like that.
about it.
We'll think about
It's
it.
it's definitely been in the works in the regular nuts like top organization.
Mhm.
Like the the board of directors has really been discussing it, but we've had a lot of success with the right since switching to regular nuts,
Mhm.
since large nuts. So plus, we've made the playoffs every season. I
Yeah.
just don't see a reason to change it. It's
Mhm.
classic, it's
Have you
timeless.
ever missed the playoffs, even as a large nut?
Not even as a large nut made the play. I mean, my first few playoff runs were pretty cut short. I think I lost in the first round. I think I maybe made it to the second round once prior to
We
last
used to have a
season.
huge rivalry, didn't we?
Yeah, we got to bring that back, honestly. We need more
Good. This
shit stick
week. I'm seeing you this
rivalries.
week.
Yeah, we're gonna reignite that rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. We're gonna get into all the shot totals
yeah.
here. We have a total of 5 for slobbing on my dig. We have a total of 4 for Tatum's recovery month 4. We have 3 for Uncle Josh, 3 for JBC, 3 for the Rue. We have 2 for the Cosbys, 2 for Poot, 2 for Zevins, 2 for Barry McCockiner, 1 for Pearsall Shooters, 1 for These Beers Are Talking, 0 for Tom Casale, 0 for Mitsubishi Marv, 2 for Regular Nuts, and again, 3 for Uncle Josh. So I heard you only have enough for one shot.
But we'll see. We might be able to have two,
All
but
right.
we'll see.
All right. We got 4 minutes.
We got. Wait, where's the label? I don't know if you can read, but we got tequila. We'll see if we can do two.
All right. We're going to get going here. All
All
right.
right.
Cheers to a good season.
Yeah. Cheers to this matchup up here.
Cheers to this matchup this week. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
One down the hatch.
One second. No. Rally.
I should have brought a chaser with me. I need 3. Cam Little got negative, and Bijan dropped
Um,
40.
Good luck with that. Cheers.
Cheers to 2.
Nah. Ah. All right.
All right. That's 2 for you. And stay
Yes.
until I finish. I
Yeah.
got 3 minutes to focus.
Lock in.
Um, oh, all right, I'll think of another. Would you like to ask me a question in the meantime?
Um, Yeah, how has it been taking on such a big role, especially in the journalism aspect of shit stick? You're a trailblazer. No one's done it before. Is it taking up a lot of your time?
Uh, Honestly, yes, it does. On these days, it's probably taking up 2 hours of my day to day. It's part of the reason I stop. I don't have much time for the previews. I try to get them in when I can. Um, One thing I will ask of all the league here is if you think a clip is funny, send it to me because sometimes I don't have time to go through and screen
Yeah,
record. So if you think a clip is funny, send it to me. I'll post it on the TikTok. I haven't posted on the TikTok in the last 2 weeks, so I'm hoping to really start. Hoping to try to get that TikTok famous. Like, share, repost it. Try to get this league on the map. Shit stick fantasy. I think we got a real good thing going on here, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. It
Just
takes up a lot of
spread it
time,
with
but
the
I love
world.
it.
Yeah. Couple things I want to address.
Mhm.
We got to get me included. I know school's in session, we've all been busy, but we got to get on more edits, more Vigil AI
Yeah,
videos,
more Vigil
even
AI
Sora
videos.
AI. We
Sora.
got to get,
I think Zach has Sora now, so Zach can really help us out there with these Sora edits.
yeah,
Um,
we could,
yeah, those will
yeah,
be great to post on the TikTok too. Um, yeah, those will be huge. And one thing I want to say as we're taking these shots, everybody send your shots in. Everybody send in your shots. Don't just
yeah,
wait until you're called on by me to get an interview to do them. Get those shots
you're
in, get them
absolutely
out of the
right.
way.
I've been slacking, I'll
Slavin
be
those
honest.
five. That's going to be a rough night for him. This is three. I'm not sure if many other sports are on. Hopefully that Brewers game is still on, so I can enjoy it with these shots. Um, we're gonna drink this last one here, and then we're gonna get going. We only have about a minute left. Um, we got a minute 25 to go.
Yeah,
Um, cheers! Cheers to the
cheers.
commissioner. Cheers to trailblazing in the broadcasting community, and cheers
Yeah,
to all of
absolutely.
you lovely teams. Hoping for a turnaround for some of the worst teams. Hoping some of the top teams collapse. I want to see this writing. The writing this season has been fire, and
Yeah,
hopefully, you know, hopefully we get an
yeah,
entertaining second half of the season. As
yeah,
next week is actually the halfway point in the regular season for us.
yeah. Who else are you trying to get on the show that we'll take the
Uh,
shot first?
oh shit, it says less than 1 minute. I'll take the
Cheers.
shot.
Yeah.
Hoping to get Tom Casale on soon. I would
Yeah,
have
oh
had him
yeah.
on tonight, but I
I
thought
would
it was
love
important
I'm
to.
tuning in for that.
I thought it was
Yeah.
important to get the commissioner on.
Beer King episode by far like that was a top episode,
Beer
I'd
King was the
say.
top episode.
Yeah.
We're having fun here.
I hope I did good,
Oh, you
but
did great. You did wonderful.
yeah,
You look sharp, and it's about to
absolutely.
end. So I'll see you
All right.
later.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Yeah,
being 4-2, and
absolutely.
see you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.